Hello and welcome to the video review of Transformers, Energon, Grimlock, and Swoop. These figures were released at the very end of the toy line, and they came in a 2-pack. So you got both of these figures for the price of an Ultra Class figure. And these are interesting figures, I've got to say, and not in the positive way either. It's very odd because both of these figures have issues on their own. The Grimlock figure isn't bad. It looks okay, but in Dino mode it has some issues standing up. And I'm not exactly sure what all this open space is for. Even in robot mode, which we'll look at in a minute, there's really no point to having all this open space. The arms don't slide in. It's just very odd. But overall, the Dino mode doesn't look too bad at all. It's a very nice rendition of a Grimlock in Tyrannosaurus mode. Swoop is a jet-powered Pteranodon. Okay. He does have some issues in Dino mode in the fact that he has trouble standing. You just really have to get the legs situated such that he can actually stand and the weight is distributed evenly. Other than that, though, the Dino modes don't look all that bad. I actually kind of dig the Dino modes. The jet-powered Pteranodon or Pterodactyl is a little weird, but overall is pretty cool. The one thing I really do like is you've got these serrated edges on the wings that taper off into slicing wings. That is a very cool touch. I really do dig that. The beak does open, but it looks more like like a pelican. My only real issue is the fact that the robot head is right there. Okay, so transformation-wise, these guys are, well, if you've seen G1, you know how they transform. So we'll start with Grimlock. Grimlock transformation is exactly how you think it is. And when you break things, they pop right back on. Now it's weird because the claws do fold up, but I like the fact that the Dino claws fold over the robot hands. That's pretty cool. So transformation, like I said, is exactly how you would think it is. Split the tail open, and then unpeg them and fold the legs down. And as you can see, this likes to come apart a lot. And then take the Dino head and fold it back. Now, I will explain why I am transforming it in this weird way in a second. Because if you don't transform it the way I did, where you open up the back like that and put the Dino head and tuck the Dino head up like that, the figure can't stand. So the figure, as it is transformed, though he looks a little weird. Missed that spot. Missed that point. Alright, so we have Grimlock transformed. And we're having trouble with Grimlock standing. Alright. So, Grimlock. Now for Swoop. Swoop's a little bit more complicated. Well, sort of. So we'll fold the thrusters down and then fold the feet down like that. And then pull... That is a problem. See? Okay, there we go. Fold these sections up, and they do actually snap into place in there, but they don't snap in very well. So as you can see, there's a snap spot there and some pegs there, and they're supposed to snap in, but on my figure they don't really. So we'll pull out the arms, and there are no fists to pull out. He just uses his Dino claws, which I actually dig. So there we have Swoop. Swoop is transformed. Now Swoop, I actually dig the look of Swoop in robot mode. I wish that some of the stuff pegged in, some of the stuff that's supposed to peg in, would actually peg in, but it's okay. I can deal with it. It's not that big a deal. He does look very, very cool, though, and I love the fact that he doesn't actually have a robot hand. He's got the claws. I really, really like that. And overall, the Swoop robot mode is very, very cool, though I find it odd that it's taller than Grimlock. I mean, significantly taller than Grimlock. Grimlock is interesting looking. He's got the Grimlock dimensions, but he is excessively top-heavy because of that. And he's got no folding out heels. And I am an idiot. I've had this figure for years. I never noticed there were heels there. And they don't really do much. Let's see. Anyway, fail. So Grimlock is a very good looking figure. I really like the look of the Grimlock figure, but I still have no idea why there's so much open space here. That makes no sense. I mean, they're pinned, the arms are pinned into place, so they're stuck there. Posability-wise, he's got swivel here, and then he's got very limited movement there, hinge and swivel. Head turns, legs bend. But you really can't pose him all that much because of the giant backpack, which, tap, even with these deployed heels, can't do much. Swoop has the same exact articulation. Unfortunately, his head has very limited movement. He can look down at his own crotch, and he can move his arms about just the same, and his legs have the same posability. Now, if it seems like I'm just kind of glossing over the figures, I apologize, because these figures could be so much better. They are steps in the right direction. I think both of them have so much potential, but there are problems with both of them. Grimlock's top-heaviness, the fact that his torso keeps splitting open, the same thing with Swoop, the fact that his proportions seem way off, the fact that he's so much smaller than Swoop, this weird gap for arms, Swoop's inability to connect his arms together to his torso. Well, all of this is for a reason. And the reason is that this set was sold in a 2-pack. These suckers combine into a dinosaur robot hybrid called Mega Dinobot, which I will now show you, because this is bananas. To form the Mega Dinobot, we are going to start off with Swoop. And this is a little weird. Not so much for he forms the pants. Now, if you've never seen Energon, or if you weren't in the Transformers or mech community during the time of Superlink and Energon, well, let's just say that the Autobots had the spark of combination, is what it was called, and they could combine with each other in absolutely ridiculous fashion. It was a very cool gimmick. I dug it. You got some great figures out of it. The Mega Dinobot is not one of them. So, enough talking. Let's go ahead and get him situated. The first thing we're going to do is collapse the arms, fold them down, turn it so that the claws or the forearms are pointing forward, and just collapse them up like that, so that they're pointed like that. Next, we will collapse the legs somewhat so that we get some stability in the lower legs. Fold those completely down. Split the robot torso open like that. Leave the head as it is. Then we'll take the wings and fold these wings around, and I always pop the ball joint. Fold them around so that the wings are pointing down, but this back section is pointing up like that. And Pray to God that this stays standing. So we'll move him off to the side. For Grimlock, his transformation is a little bit easier, I would say. So we're going to return him to dinosaur mode to get this started. The best place to do this is at dinosaur mode. Fold the heel spurs that I can't believe I've missed. Snap those into place. And you know how if you saw that the torso kept opening up. Well, it's supposed to. You butterfly him like that. And you're supposed to get the dinosaur legs. Now you see there's a slider there on the inside. You're supposed to slide them all the way down like that so that you can open it. You can butterfly him completely. And then just get the arms situated such that it looks like he's okay. He's got arms. Then you come under here, and where the Autobot symbol is, you fold it out like that until it can't go any farther, until it hits the bottom of the dinosaur head. And then right here at the crown of the T-Rex head, you fold it. I like to fold it all the way back, slide it up, and then fold the Mega Dinobot head down such that it looks like he's just peering over the neck is just peering over the Autobot symbol. Then we bring in Swoop. Now, this piece right here is going to slide right over Swoop's face. So Swoop's face becomes the crotch of Mega Dinobot. The last bit of the transformation is going around back and snapping the sort of snapping this section, which looks like it can spin, but it actually can't. Snapping this into place. And it's supposed to snap, but mine doesn't. And here we have Mega Dinobot. Or as I've heard it described, Mega What the F.R. Needless to say, this thing is horrifically top-heavy. With all this, with all the dino kibble and whatnot, he is extremely top-heavy. Unfortunately, there are no joints as of such that could allow you to bend him forward so that he doesn't fall backwards. Also, things just don't hold together all that well on this thing. All right, I got him to stand. That in and of itself is a feat. So this figure itself, it really is a disappointment. I'm really, really disappointed in this figure. Or when I got it, I was exceptionally disappointed. He doesn't look bad, though. That's the only thing. It could be so much more awesome. I mean, the figure itself combined looks menacing, but unfortunately, due to just design flaws out the wazoo, I can't recommend picking this set up at all. Grimlock has so much mass to him on top of Swoop that getting him to even move or getting him to even stand still is a major nightmare. These joints right here are so slick and so slippery that they just keep flopping back and forth. There are ball joints up here in the hips, but don't count on trying to use them. I mean, getting him to just stand is a feat in and of itself. So overall, this set is an extreme disappointment. I was really, really hoping that this thing would be awesome. I remember getting him, ripping open the packaging, and then just realizing, man, this thing sucks. So that being said, there is a lot of possibilities here, a lot of positive possibilities that I think in the hands of the right customizer could be vastly improved. I would love to see Frenzy Rumble or Jin Satome get a hold of this set and just work their magic on it, because I think this set could be awesome. Just not the way it is. So if any of those guys are watching, please contact me, because I'm willing to send you this set to have your magic worked on it. But otherwise, gang, don't even bother with this set. 'cause it's not worth the frustration.